All right, let's get straight into it. This video is long overdue. Why indie games are better than 99% of the AAA games. Let me give you some background. Growing up, my video game lineup was pretty simple, to be honest with you. I mainly played Destiny. Like, that's my most iconic memory. But I played stuff like Spider-Man, God of War, things like that. But Destiny was like the main game I played for like majority of my life. I even played it going into Destiny 2, but a couple of years ago, Roblox hit consoles, and they just so happened to hit consoles when Destiny 2 was making very stupid decisions. Oh, Destiny 2 is free. I can finally play the game with you, man. I've been dying to do that. Oh, that's dope. I'm finally glad to have you here. So you need to buy the Battle Pass, the DLC, the Season Pass, and then you also need to buy the Dungeon Key if you didn't already buy the Season Pass. And then if you see some really cool armor, probably gonna have to... The game has disappointed me beyond anything I'm able to say in a video. In any case, minus all the stuff that's going on with Roblox right now, I had a blast playing Roblox when it first hit console because there were so many different indie titles and anime-inspired games that I would play, and I'm sitting here like, man, like, where is this at on the actual release title? Like, why is it tied to Roblox? But it really kind of showed me that there were people who are being super creative on this platform where, hey, you like Dragon Ball? I like Dragon Ball. I'm pretty good at animation. I'm pretty good at coding. Take a look at this Dragon Ball game that we came out with together that's free, that you're able to play with your friends. You like RPGs? Try this. It's always a double-edged sword, like going off of reviews for games, because you'll see somebody who reviews a game and says it's trash, right? And you see somebody else review the game and say it's amazing. And then it's like, well, you won't really know until you play it or watch gameplay on it, right? So it's like you want to spend your money to test out the game for yourself, and if the game is trash, you wasted your money. And then scrolling on Twitter one day, I found this guy named Cannon. He's an artist slash content creator, so I saw his artwork and I'm like, I'm gonna need a commission. So I paid him this commission or whatever, right? He comes out with this beautiful artwork. Actually brings my first OC to life. I'm like, yo, thanks, I appreciate it. And then I found out he made YouTube videos. So I went to go to his channel and I watched one of his videos, and
this motherfucker don't miss.
I'm watching him talk about all of these indie titles, these hidden gem music artists, and I'm watching the gameplay he's providing, and something in my head's just like clicking and turning. I'm like, yo, I gotta try one of these. And by one of these, I mean Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Undertale, Delta, and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Mind you, tallying up the prices, this cost me around $102 to $110. Mario Kart, and I don't even own a Switch 2, is $80. But I digress. I started with Undertale because I kind of knew a tiny bit about Undertale. Not enough to talk about the lore or anything like that, but I at least knew who Sans was, and that's about it. Over the course of a couple of days, because you know how the 9 to 5 be, I finally beat the game on my first playthrough. And honestly, this game was a masterpiece. The characters, the story, the puzzles, the world and atmosphere that they build on that game is just... it scratches an itch, and it's just really, 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 really well written. And looking back, I had a friend who played this in high school 10 years ago when this game came out. We didn't really talk too much after high school, but I remember telling him,
yeah, that ain't really for me.
I see it. I see it. I've seen mods and stuff on the game, and it typically pertains to Sans. And it's like something on par to like how FNF gets the Sonic.exe mods and stuff. I've seen a whole bunch of Sans mods for Undertale. But my playthrough where I got to Asgore and like I spared him and flowered, yo, it was a 20 out of 10 game. And it's crazy that in all of the 10 years that it's been out, I've never played it. I've never watched anyone play it outside of my friend. The only experience that I have of that game and seeing gameplay, like the vanilla game, is him going against Sans. And I know what you have to do to go against Sans. And I saw him do that. It is a core memory. And I said, no, I ain't doing it. The game was almost like a testimony. I ain't even trying to sound dramatic, but it really made me look at indie games in a different light. And I've played a couple of indie games, but I haven't really given them the credit that they deserve. I played Cult of the Lamb a few months ago. Then after that, I played Little Kitty Big City, and I loved those games. They were both indie games, and I just never really gave them the credit that they truly deserve. And it goes without saying, it doesn't just apply to indie games. Modders, Xenoverse 2 mods, if you know, you know. Like, they carry the game. And indie animation is also on the rise, like, for me to, like, you know, give credit to. Amazing Digital Circus, fire. Indie Cross, fire. You got a whole bunch of different ones out there, but my main point is that I'm starting to appreciate the creators, because the creators, the indie people, I don't even know if that's like a good way to put it, the indie developers, indie creators, they put their heart and passion into it, and they're not just doing it for a bag. And maybe this is just me having fatigue over a AAA studio, but I'm seeing a lot of creation nowadays that's not AAA by people with less of a staff or less of the equipment and the materials to succeed, and they're still doing it, and that's inspiring to me. Canon, if you're seeing this was inspired by your content, and I just wanted to thank you for that. My homie that I haven't talked to in a couple of years, I hope you're doing well. If you see this, man, you know who you are. You know who you are. You know, I hope things are going well, man. But yeah, indie games are fire. Right now, I'm playing Hollow Knight, and then I'm going to move to Silk Song, and then the dust will settle when I finally play Deltarune, because I know that's kind of like hot topic right now. If y'all got any indie titles, indie music creators, I don't know if that's a good word for that, anything that's like low-key hidden gem type of deal, send it my way, bro. Just drop it in the comments. I don't know how to end long form video like this. I don't know how to make an outro.
The IDW and Archie comics should be animated, and these 3 Sonic games should be remastered
correctly, like the mods and emulators,
because it's the easiest layup in history for Sega. But they rather blow their budget on 3 misses and 1 hit
before listening to their audience.